Before getting familiar with the electronic device for data entry purpose, so before we will get some idea about the different forms that we have to enter the data. So here it shows the 9 different forms which we need to enter the data. Once we open the app, so different forms has to be incorporated into the application. So these are actually the in the, as you see in the electronic device, it shows as a projects. So that means there are 9 different projects in the application that we have to consider. So we will get an idea about that. So the name application usually used for the entire activity that we are entering, but sometimes I may use interchangeably application or the forms, but it's exactly these 9 forms has to be put into the EpiCollect 5 the application. So that means once you install the application, it's not necessary to install again and again the application, EpiCollect 5 application again. Within the EpiCollect 5 application, you will able to incorporate these different 9 forms. So you will realize it as the video goes. As shown here, the names are given as PMCISL. Likewise, now based on the type of data we are collecting, we have given a small acronym here as well. Now here PMCISL MO means that the uh, particular app which collect the data relevant to the knowledge of the medical officers. PMCISL NO means that the app which collect the knowledge of the assess the knowledge of the other paramedical staff or nursing officers. Why we mention it as paramedical staff or nursing officers? In some cases, other than the nursing officers, some HLCs, other than the nursing officers, other different categories are getting involved with the uh, HLC activities as well. When it is called PMCISL EX, we have put that word as a extract. BP means, as example, blood pressure. PMCISL excess EXBP means the relevant form which collect the uh, extractions of the blood pressure measurements of the HLC clinic or the PMCI. Now here we get several forms like EXEX. Those forms will get the information relevant to the clinical management relevant to whatever the condition mentioned here. Now here as a BP means blood pressure measurements. DM and OB means diabetes mellitus and obesity conditions. Uh, RD and CVD means respiratory diseases and cardiovascular risk certification uh, procedures that they have undertaken in the PMCI. When it's called the PMCISL H and W, that means height and weight, that is the observation of the height and weight measurements. Likewise, we have another 4, height and weight and blood pressure, blood sugar and uh, cholesterol monitoring devices using methods, and the visual acuity. So these are the 9 forms. Actually, all 9 forms are expected to fill in a once we visited to a PMCI or a healthy lifestyle center. Now, though it shows as 9 and it shows like very lengthy and lot of forms, once you do it, you will understand it's very easy because we have put it into different formats because for the accessibility easiness during the pre-test we noticed that if we have different formats it will be much easier because uh, we may not uh, follow the same procedure within the clinic to do these things once we are doing the data collection, and also there won't be patients as we want in an array like first have the height and weight measurement, then some other procedure, and also we will not able to collect in the between the whatever the procedure for data extraction. Likewise, it's not in a methodical way of doing it. So because of that, there are 9 different formats, but the formats can be used at different intervals, like intervals or different time frames. Now, as example, uh, as you go to the clinic, you may use this medical officer's knowledge assessment questionnaires. Actually, here what we expect is to give the form to the relevant medical officer. He will enter the data. We don't want to see his own knowledge because it's like anonymous form that we have uh, inbuilt. Now, if you think that it's necessary to see the blood pressure observation, you can directly go to the number 7, PMCISL BP BP application without approaching to other different applications. Okay, now this is the brief introduction about the different form. Let's go back again to the form. Now here, uh, what we have to do is first we have to add the project. So add the project means add these different 9 forms here. Then uh, when we touch at the project, then we have the search area like this. Here we can write PMCISL. Once you do that in your phone, make sure the internet is there at this moment. Then relevant applications will come up. So uh, now you can see different applications PMCISL. Sorry, it's not the application, actually the forms which are within the EpiCollect 5 application. So let's say that at this moment we are getting installed PMCISL NO. So what you have to do is click PMCISL NO, then the relevant application will appear here. Likewise, we have to add all 9 projects. Let's say PMCISL, another one, PMCISL MO, right? Then it will also appear. Right. Okay. Likewise, you will able to add all 9 applications. For time limitation, I will stick to this 2. Then once you enter, get it install these different forms. What you have to do is you have to touch them. Let's say that I have to enter the data of the knowledge, attitude, and practices of medical officers entries questionnaire. That is why PMCISL MO means. So here again, once you go into that form, you have to click add entry, Then questionnaire will pop up. So the first question, your name is not necessary. This is helpful for planning training programs in future. Please state agree or disagree to the and to proceed further. First ask whether you are agreeing to the questionnaire or not, because this is self-administered question. Yeah. So what we do is we just give the phone to the medical officer and let him to fill these his responses. So it's very quick. It's take only 5 to 10 minutes to just enter the data by himself. Actually, within these 9 forms, 2 are self-administered. That is the knowledge assessment, knowledge or attitude and practices assessment of the medical officers and the nursing officers. All the other questionnaires that you have to fill by yourself. So here we have to give the answer like agree. Then only anyway when this name, this field is required, that means we have to give a response to this questionnaire. Agree, go to the next. Then it asks about the district. Let's say that we are filling it at Kalutara. uh, where is K? Okay, Kalutara. Then you have to click next MOH area. In fact, MOH area, that of course you have to type, because in this application very few places that you have to type yourself, and all the other places we have the options. Now let's say the Pandora MOH. Done. Next age, let's say 49. Designation, let's say medical officer, because we have the option RM also. He's also taken as a medical officer in this questionnaire, because certain places there may be RMOs as well. Then as first time, uh, let's we have to fill it, whether it is correct or incorrect one, true, false, or there is an option called don't know as well. If you don't know exactly the answer, whether it's a true or false, then you will able to fill the don't know one. So we have to give a little bit of introduction before starting the questionnaire to the medical officers, as I am doing right now. So likewise, we have to give answers for all 25 stems there. Let's say body mass index, the value for obesity is 25 kilograms per cubic meter. So if I don't know the answer, you can click don't know. If you know, you can do it. Likewise, then let's put don't know for every question, because I want to show it at the end as well. So you cannot do like this fast, because you have to read the stem and give the correct answer. But in this case, I'll do fastly, because I have to show at the end as well. Without giving an answer, you cannot proceed. That is the one that is important thing. Other thing is, you can just uh, touch it when you read the stem and give the when you are giving the answer. It's very easy. Now let's try to go forward without giving answer, then see what happens. Then error message comes as error, required field is missing. So okay, that means that field has to be filled to go further. Then it fill only, it will go. Right. As the final occasion, it gives the, once you fill these questions, then it asks about the location. Now update the location. It says here, uh, you have to click this update the location. Then this exact location will appear here. Uh, Now important thing is, when you do this, phone should enable with the getting the location. Actually in this video I will not show you how to get the open the uh, locations, because most of the time in our phones we have open the or the enable the location taken from the phone. Of course, usually we use the Google Maps and get the navigations to go to a place, or sometimes we use for the phone for booking, like Uber or any other taxi. Then that means that you have already enabled the location taken from your phone. If you have not, when you do this update the location, it asks about the permission to update the location, or the change setting of the phones to update location. In that case, you can go to the Google and see how to unlock location taken from your phone. Actually, it is available based on the phone in the Google. When you search, it's very easy to do. So click update the location. When you do that, latitudes and longitude numbers will appear and the accuracy also appears here. If the accuracy is very less, like that means this number is high, like 10, 15, 13, 14, likewise, try to get the minimum. So that means the accuracy is much higher. Accuracy 5 means that the location which is given by the longitudes and latitudes will maximally change with the maximum of 5 meters likewise. So if it is case, if this number is very large, then you can re-enter, update the location, then it will give better one. Always try to take the this number less than 10. When you do that, so when the number is appear here, you can go. It says now it's the last one. So you can see from this sliding bar. Now we have completed the question here. Now say save entry. So it will save into your computer, but not upload to the cloud. If you have the connection, you can do upload now, or else you can keep there and later with the phone, when you open the application, when you open the form, there is a three dots here. When you click it, you will see different options which appear here. There is an option uh, to uh, upload entries as well. You can do this at once, like upload entries. Let's say in the daytime, all the daytime that you have got several data like this, then finally when you go back home, then you have the wireless connection that you want to upload. So at that time you can click this button, or else at the same time when you are entering the data, after the just enter the data, if you want to upload, you can click the upload button. Now you can see this color, there is no color here. Once uh, no color here, the in the cloud agree. Now if you click the upload now, say it's upload data, now it says all entries have uploaded. Now you can see when you go to the project and see the different form that you have uploaded. Here it says you have the color in the cloud in front of agree word. That means that you have uploaded the data, and also the time and the date will appear here. So that's basically the way of entering the data into the your mobile device for this survey. Thank you.